Yeah. I ain't gonna record it. I'm just gonna record a little bit, a couple clips.
And I say, welcome to another episode of MixxDrinks, bringing you the best of entertainment from our hood to yours. You're welcome. And you know, Mixed Nuts is the movement. And yo, as we continue on my alumni tour, we bringing back probably one of the first or second artists on the show. I call him the hardest working man in Daygo. Then I still call him the hardest working motherfucker in Daygo to this day.
Respectfully.
You know, Mr. Spooky himself, the one and only Sham Blak. Let's give it up, baby.
Spooky!
My man. I was actually chilling, and I was like, yo, I ain't had Sham Blak on yet.
Yeah, man. Listen, I ain't been nowhere for real.
Nah, you everywhere. We ain't never there. You be up the block from me. I don't even know until later on. And shit like, damn, Sham was up the street from me and shit. I had no idea. He lived 30 minutes the other way and shit. So, but,
I really do.
Yeah, I've always appreciated your grind. I mean, because, you know, this game don't wait for nobody.
Sure don't.
If you don't even give yourself a chance, you better stay active on that. On the media and market side, you better be putting that foot to pavement. Yeah. And you better be ready to travel outside of your zone. Yeah. And to be seen, to be heard. And you one of the four runners on that shit. You know, you seem to know what you're doing. Oh, you got a plan. You got a plan.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I have no idea what I'm doing, but this is the plan. I'm gonna stick to it. And you know, I'm gonna run it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it. So it's not my phone. It sure is. Jesus, where is the decency? Jesus, what is going on? Yeah, that's the plan, man. I stick to the plan. I create the plan, and then you know what I'm saying, I do my best to not move from it. Although I will say that, you know, plans do change, but you know, you have to be flexible.
That in life in general, and definitely in your profession, whatever your profession may be. Yeah. Because you know, obstacles gonna come in the way, roadblocks gonna come in the way. They're gonna close the freeway.
Yeah. Right. Somebody has said that that the more you say "fuck it," I'll figure out, the better in life you'll be. So, yeah. You know, that's what I do, man.
Yeah. My wife said that about me. She said she loves that about me because you. Well, we both kind of different upbringings, but still. Yeah, but I'm like, hey, we'll figure this shit out. I made it through harder shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, when you come from it, man, you can recognize it, man. You know what I'm saying? And people get in the mud with you, man, and it's appreciative. You know, to have people that's not afraid to get in the mud with you or to get their hands dirty. Yeah. You know, sometimes people try to be, you know, they say that the sharpest pencil is the one that does the less amount of work. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, you know, I kind of take that into consideration when I'm navigating the space. And
well, if that pencil be working like a motherfucker, it's gonna be a little dull, all right?
Or you gonna be sure you're gonna have to keep sharper than that motherfucker.
That's right.
You know? So sometimes when you see things and it's packaged a certain way, you know, I mean, not to be the one to be judgmental or nothing, but you know, you can just kind of anticipate, you know, some of the stuff.
So I've asked people this now. I've been curious. If you were to explain who Sham Blak is as an artist, how would you explain? How would you want the people that never heard Sham Blak, how would you explain yourself, your style, your music to an individual?
Shit, Sham Blak is a leader, man. You know, Sham Blak gonna give you that. Sham Blak gonna give you that juice, man. That's gonna make you get up, get to it. You know, so Sham Blak is a story about betrayal. It's a story about like trusting yourself. You know, putting your best foot forward. You know, and staying after it, man. It's a story about perseverance. It's a story about overcoming obstacles and getting out your own way, you know, staying vigilant and attacking the plan, you know, like in sports, you know, basketball, they keep telling you attack the plan, crash the board, you know.
Crash the board.
So that's what we're doing, man. We
attack the gaps, yeah.
Putting points up on the board. And we playing defense too, you know, try not to let nobody score on us, even though that's part of the game.
Right.
And
let them score the least amount points possible.
Yeah, you gotta play defense, man. You gotta play defense, you know. Life is all about, life is a give it, like to me, life is a give and take. You know, you're gonna have to throw some blows and you're gonna have to take some blows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the name of the game is the blows that you do take, try to keep them minimal, you know, try not to take too many. And
I like to think of it like more like, prize fighter,
Yeah.
You don't want to get hit. The artist that hit not get hit, but if you do get hit, you got to have a strong chin, you know what I'm saying?
It's a technique, man, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take a couple blows to get in close to get to
there you
deliver
go.
the blow, But at the same time, one blow to the head, man, could be fatal,
Facts.
So that's what it is, man. You gotta adjust it, man. Just like boxing, just like fighting, when they get their range and they start to feel, you gotta feel it out, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, don't nobody know, because all it could take is one good hit.
Yeah.
And that could be it.
And both for positive and negative, right?
Yeah, positive and negative. You could apply that to anything. So, when you hear Sham Blak, man, just know that, this is a guy that's coming from it. That's telling you can do it too.
Yeah. So lately, you know what I'm saying, both, and I guess all press is good press. We've been hearing a lot of stuff about San Diego hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it because anytime you can shine a light on something that most people don't know about, it's gonna make people start checking for stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when you hear a comment like, San Diego ain't got no hip hop or San Diego hip hop is trash, you clearly know the person's not been there. That person saying that has not really heard San Diego hip hop, because San Diego couldn't be more eclectic than any other place I've ever been. And I've been a few places, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people that's born and raised here. They're in there from the same neighborhood and to sound totally different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's what influenced them, you know what I'm saying? And so what was your take on it? A lot of the things been said as of late, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My take on it, man, is just, who's seeing it,
Right.
Like, that's where I'm at with the stuff, where the source coming from,
Right.
A person that's never been to San Diego can't really tell you about San Diego. And a person that's not looking for San Diego ain't gonna know nothing about San Diego.
Right.
So, I really don't play into that. Some people just, I used to watch Howard Stern when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, who didn't?
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the stuff that he said, he just would say wild ass stuff to get people charged up and to get people tapped in. I do agree that saying that do cause people to go check for it. All publicity is good publicity.
Same thing.
But at the same time, who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what is the person that's asking that or even saying that? Who the fuck is he?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What gives him the right to be like there ain't nobody or there is somebody? Because if you think about it, I mean, where are all these big artists coming from that people know of? Like that's in the mainstream news or that's in the mainstream and that's kind of getting the the press and the headline. Who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? It's few and far between. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a motherfucker gonna come from like Michigan or not. No, it's people that come from Detroit, Michigan, but like Grand Rapids,
right?
Or Alabama, you get onesies and twosies, but it ain't a million people coming from them places. So for a person to be like, and I kind of know who you're talking about or know where the energy coming from, but at the same time, it's like
giving nobody a
bro,
name.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care who this guy knows and who he don't know, and the people that he might even think is tight from the city, I might not really fuck with. I might not listen to that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's tight.
You can't if you judging off of one type of hip hop, then you don't know what's really popping out here because. Yeah, and I'm sure he know more now than he ever knew. Cause I'm sure people checked him. They dropped names to him. I'm sure he's pressed play on a few names that he never even had any idea about, and he's like, "Oh damn, I was wrong." He ain't gonna say it.
I don't give a fuck.
and the ones that's getting it, they don't give a fuck because
I don't care what that dude has to say.
Yeah, because everybody, in reality, everybody really checking for him.
He not doing nothing to motivate me to make me feel like I need him to know about me.
Yeah, exactly. If you ain't inspiring me, but I ain't fucking with you anyway. So
yeah, like him knowing me don't give me that don't pay no bill, shit. And now if he was like, hey, we about to sign somebody from Daygo, we need somebody, whoop, then that'd be a conversation that we could be like, hey, he needs to know about these people. But like, what the fuck does who cares who he knows, bro? Like, what the fuck? Yeah,
I don't think he thought that he was gonna get the response he got.
Listen, man, Nipsey Hussle said it best, man. We gotta be mindful about how we react to the disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it seems like in our culture, not just hip hop culture, but black culture, when people disrespect us is when we give them the platform to continue to disrespect us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like the dog in the fence that's barking when you walking by. If you stay right there and entertain the barking dog, then everybody's gonna come out and be like, hey, this dog is barking. Why is this dog barking? And sometimes that's not what you want. That's not gonna get you anywhere. He's stirring aware, and even the like content that dude creates or that dude promotes. It's all negative, man. It's all like low vibration, man.
Right.
So like to even be on that platform's radar is not like in our best interest. If you want to make money, you know what I'm saying, if you want to really get some bread, get some money on, you know, they just doing a lot of gossiping and a lot of clout chasing and
facts,
you know, popularity contests and stuff like that. So, you know, to be known amongst those guys is like it's like being the coolest loser. You know what I'm saying? Like
word.
straight up. Like all these dudes is losers, and the more of these people know you, then the more loser affiliated you become. You know,
right.
That's not beneficial because none of these dudes is really in a position of like, you know, winning, you know, like they're not in no winning position. Ain't nobody on third base over there. Everybody just trying to get on base, you know. Right. Even the platform is on base, you know, and you can, and like I can get into some politics about it, but you know, they're caught up in a lot of nonsense, bro. So I don't care for my name to be drugged through that.
Word. And that's the new wave that some podcasts and some media people doing. They're the shock value shit, right? Let me say some shit that fucking creates an uproar and shit because you know it's like your kid that doesn't get enough attention, so they just do bad shit. So you're yelling at them or give them a spanking because at least you're giving them some attention then and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Then the kid be like, "Why don't nobody like me? Nobody loves me?" And it's like, "Nah, motherfucker, look at this shit you doing."
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You gotta evaluate your own self. You know?
Yeah, you always yelling at me. I'm like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, I got kids, so I definitely know you. I know you got kids too, so
facts.
Yeah, don't try to get the attention. Then when you get that negative attention that you was bargaining for, you
listen,
know what I'm
telling you on God, you know, you want to be known by people so bad, you know, and these people is known for being losers, you know, loser ass shit, and it's like, bro, who the fuck cares? I don't give a fuck.
Off that shit, that is low vibration shit. I just want to see your take on it because
that's my take,
you actually
man.
been the first person, you know, since that shit started popping, I got to talk to. So
yeah, nah, man, fuck them fools, man, straight up, man, losers, bro. Like, who cares?
Yeah. And speaking of the opposite, I love the fraternity of who I call. You know what I'm saying? This is my personal opinion, the big dogs of San Diego. Yeah. I love the way y'all rock with each other. You, Kylie, Nemi, Rick Skills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? B-Rail. Yeah. You know. Yeah. You know, and I like new people as the new class coming in, like my man A1 Beans, and you know, it's a lot of soul spitters, and you know what I'm saying? It's
Rick,
and
straight up.
Everybody's rocking with each other, right? Yeah. Everyone's recognizing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody.
We all in the same game, man, but it's a lot of meat on this plate, and we all can get a piece of it. Yeah. And, you know, we better together than separate, you know what I'm saying? And I love the support. I love the way everybody rocks with each other. I love the collaborations. I just have a feeling even more better ones is coming up. Yeah. I love people doing the group thing and the solo thing, too. And, so I like where it's going. It's only grown. And I kind of seen it from when we first started rocking with this show, now 2 to 3 years ago. I feel like it's a big San Diego invasion that's, you know, it's bubbling. You can see the eruption, you know what I'm saying, like a volcano before it's about to, you know, really blow. And I feel like we had a real positive space, and actually even the negative press is helping feed into the movement at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's giving people opportunity to drop some names to the people that are impartial. Like, oh, Sham Blak. Yeah. Well, let me hear what Sham Blak motherfucker is and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody's dropping the name. Well, you think San Diego's whack? You need to listen to XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And you know because it's a lot of dope artists out here. It's a lot of dope artists.
There's a lot of dope things out here.
A lot of dope. Well, San Diego as a whole. Well, the vacationers know that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they should. It is silly to think that it wouldn't be any talent out here. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just talking about hip hop, man. We got reggae artists, we got soul artists, you know, we got musicians, you know, we got art, we got poetry, we got everything.
It's not about talent, bro. It's not about talent. It's about money. You know what I'm saying? It's about money, man, and you know, the resources and the lack thereof, you know. Yeah. And there's a lot of resources in San Diego, you know. Like if you step out there and hear some shit, you'll hear some shit. Some people that's doing something, some things that you would be, you know, super noteworthy of. And there's some people that's doing some shit that make you kind of cringe, and you know they both meet in the middle.
But that's been art since day one, though.
Man, it's like sport. It's like sports, bro. It's like a sports team. It's like, you know, sometimes you got a Ryan Leaf on your fucking team. Yeah. And nigga's a terrible draft pick. You know? And then sometimes you get a motherfucking Junior Sal, and you like, man, we got lucky.
I tell people all the time, everybody scream 90s hip hop, early 2000s hip hop. trust me, it's always been whack motherfuckers in hip hop. It's always been people making whack music. It's just the good outshine the bad. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, sometimes the losers got more money than the niggas that's tight. So,
now it's a money game. Before,
it's always been a money game.
Everybody got signed.
It's always been a money game. It ain't never been. I mean, you'll get the onesies and twosies that's getting it off the talent, but it's never been about talent, bro. It's been about relationships. It's always been about money. And some of the biggest artists in the game right now, you can see it was money grabs.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the people that don't get the recognition they deserve is because of the lack of money. You know what I'm saying? And so, at the end of the day, you support support the people that you like and what you like, and we got to get back to that. A lot of the times when people just support what's popular, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And humans naturally, you know what I'm saying, like in the game of business, the consumers are not that smart. You really gotta spoon feed them. And so when you spoon feed the people, they don't know that McDonald's is making fake meat. They just know it's quick and convenient.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
they market the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's there. You don't even have to market McDonald's, really. I don't.
Nah, no more. Ain't a kid in this world I don't see them golden arches and be like, "Yo, daddy."
It's really like the new restaurants where you got to market and be like, "Hey, this tastes like McDonald's. You eat it." You know what I'm saying? We got some of the same fries.
Yeah, but ours is real meat. And
yeah, man. So at the end of the day, where the fuck they getting they fucking cows from? Because there ain't no way in the world that many cows is getting slaughtered.
Not the way they selling burgers, right?
Yeah, so it's just like
not at that rate, right?
That's the same shit, man. And in the San Diego space, there's a gang of talent in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not a lot of people put up in positions to really, monetize it. And the people that are in position to monetize it, they there too, and they got their ear to the street, and they know where to go and where to tap in at too. So it's all about perspective, man. And the more perspective you have, the more you can understand. But like you said too, man, it's a clickbait error, and clickbait era. And the more negative the title is, the more people gonna tune in. But hey, it worked because it do draw light to the people that you do like. So if you like them, you love them.
I mean, what's better than And that's funny. I love finding a new artist that I think I discovered, and then I look and I see somebody follow him like a Sham. I've been a couple motherfuckers. I thought, yo, this motherfucker's dope. I can't wait to put people on him. And 3 people already on him. I'm like, shit, I'm late to the party like a motherfucker.
Right.
But I love that though, and that's why I feel honored to be able to do this podcast because I do got some we do got some East Coast followers. We got some followers all over, and I get to put them on to some shit that they don't know about.
Yeah.
That I know, but I know they respect art.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, and I know they'll appreciate when I'm bringing, not so much that I want to bring San Diego to the light, but I just want to bring dope music to light. You know what I'm saying? If it's a dope artist and shit, I want to have them on there. Just so happens where I live, this is what the people I fuck with, and everyone loves to hear a new dope motherfucker and shit.
Yeah.
Any genre of music, whatever music you fuck with. If you fuck with, if you like us, you fuck with all kind of music, like reggae. Yeah. I love my R&B. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm hip hop to the core. And I love all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some alternative. I love a little bit of everything and shit. Right. My Spotify, white music channel. I even call it that. My white people shit. It's dope.
I like country too. I listen to a lot of country. I listen to a lot of EDM.
Yeah.
I listen to everything, man. I listen to anything with a beat.
Beat, it's catchy.
Anything with a BPM, I'm gonna fuck with it, man. Straight up.
Word. So tell me, what you got coming up? What's your latest projects you got coming up?
Man, so right now I just dropped a track with my boy Mischief, produced by Yellowbone Productions called
Shout out
the
to
Window.
Yellowbone.
It's dropping like right now.
Nice.
So today, pretty much.
I saw a couple clips from it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that.
June 18th, which is right now when we're recording. I'm dropping June 18th, man. We're gonna get ready for 619 Day. Pushing the Juneteenth.
And summertime in Daygo. If you don't know,
it's cracking, man.
Everything's popping at this time, man. It's like the best time, man, from music to the fair to this when artists come down here. All the damn vacationers come down here, make it extra crowded. Yeah.
But you can really take advantage of this time right now.
Good time to catch a Padres game, one of the best stadiums.
R.I.P. Tony Gwynn type shit.
R.I.P. Tony Gwynn, man. And Tony Gwynn Jr. I used to hoop with him, man. Cool dude. So tell me, your style I can't say it's not a traditional what they would call quote unquote Daygo sound. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all.
And for somebody, because a lot of artists here they rep for Daygo, you know, they shine forefront, but they're not born here. So whatever they normally have partial up to their indigenous area mixed in with some Daygo, and they have their sound. You're actually, you know, you're from San Diego. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from San Diego. I'm from the Southeast, the west side of the Southeast. Man.
Yes.
You know, I grew up off of 30th Street,
so if you're in the know, you know that's a certain sound. Traditionally.
I really don't got a West Coast sound though per se. You know, like I've always rapped. I've always kind of just been more drawn to like different things. You know, I did.
I was gonna ask you, what inspired you in the beginning when you decided you were gonna start taking this serious? You know, we all start dibbling it for fun, and then we realized we actually got something to bring to the table. What was your inspiration? Who got you going?
My brother, my oldest brother, man, Slammy, R.I.P. Grand Slam, man.
R.I.P.
My older brother, he really got me in the art of rapping. You know, the technique of it, and in the space of writing. And I come from a strong family of readers, you know, of intelligent people, and so you know, that's kind of where the influence kind of came from. But also too, like, you know, in where I'm from, in my neighborhood and shit like that, like, you know, I'm pretty observant. You know, I've never done what everybody else has done. And so, you know, growing up in my neighborhood, when we did start, I started rapping with my twin cousins, and we used to rap like Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know, we try to rap fast like that, and this was like 98, 97, 98. Yeah, man, 90, 96, 97, 98, you know, we used to be real big into wrestling and, you know, stealing my dad's tapes and, you know, ripping off pieces of paper and putting it in the tape.
For sure.
You know, so at first we started rapping like Bone Thugs, and we was just doing it because we could.
Y'all having a little harmony style too with the fast rapping?
And rapping fast and stuff and funny like that. But, you know, as I got older and I started to see my brother learn how to do it, and he was in a rap group called Ill Period and Drastic Noise, and, you know, I learned how to like count measures when I was like in the 6th or 7th grade. You know, my brother and his homeboy had a Triton Korg, and they used to come to the house, and they used to, you know, make beats, and I used to be in there with them. And, you know, I grew up in like I grew up in the hood for real, so, you know, they back there smoking weed. I'm with them. Right. They back there hotboxing Black and Miles and shit. My brother's like 18, just turned 18, 19, you know. And I'm in the room with them, man. I'm in the room learning, and I learned how to like count bars, count measures, and shit like that. Shit. But one thing I had picked up is like the storytelling of the music, you know. Yeah. And that's kind of where I think like the East Coast influence comes from, because it's more like storytelling and like less. I mean, it's still like violent, but you know, when I would listen to like, my dad's a big Tupac fan, my brother's a big E40 fan, and Too Short, you know, pimping bitches and gang banging and shit like that. But that was never my angle, you know what I'm saying? So I was a hustler, make money. So like I did used to listen to a lot of E40 and shit like that. But I like to read too, so you know, I think that kind of played into like my approach to making music. But even still, I tried to do like the gangbang rap early, you know, I tried to be like super West Coast, but it just wasn't my style. Right. It just didn't mesh with me, you know. And like one thing I learned like early in life, and my dad kind of drilled it into me, is about like lying. You know, like I never was a liar. My dad was very like harsh to people that lied. When I did lie, I got in like a lot of trouble. So, you know, the style of rapping, like even my cousins and their friends would come through listening to Looney Coleon and you know, Cousin Ice Lecter and a lot of just like Crip music and shit like that, and it just wasn't interesting to me. Right. Like, the bitches didn't like it, you know. It was kind of like, you know, just didn't really paint the picture for me. But then when I listen to mainstream artists like, and I know this is kind of like a little bit off, but like Nelly or like Nas or like Hove or, you know, even those guys kind of, it was just a bigger, better picture for me. You know what I'm saying? Like in the dream and in the fantasy world. Right. So like when I would walk around my neighborhood, people didn't like me. I'm sure. You know, they're like, oh, nigga, you want to be from New York. Yeah, that's the first thing they say, right? You say you want to be from there just because I like the... I ain't saying I want to move to New York or be from New York. Nah, that's just what it was, you know? And then like, you know, I would look to my left and my right, even when I was like, you know, thugging and trying to get into the bullshit. You know, just people wasn't like me. You know, like, you know, I grew up hustling. So, you know, when I was around hustlers, you know, they wanted to gangbang first. you know, and not get the money first. And I was like, oh, that don't really make a lot of sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So when it came time to make the music, everybody that I would rap with at school, you know, they had like this kind of like gangbang. You know, it was rare when you would find a nigga that got some bars that rap like this, you know? Because everybody else rap like that. And to me, like, rapping like that was kind of like dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, these niggas, that's a fact. Like, these niggas is really, these niggas are sock checking fools type shit, you know? So, like, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gangbang. I'm not like that, bro. So, you know, even in interpreting that, you know, and I caught some drift from some people from the neighborhood for that because, you know, and then like having an older brother, you know, he always used to push the, you know, don't stop copying me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So even though I would copy him and then do it my way. Sure. You know, so even when I started to really pick up like a music taste, I guess you could say, oh, nigga, you like that nigga? And I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, that nigga whack. You know, so like, I used to like Ja Rule. That nigga was like, nah, Ja Rule is whack. So then I started listening to 50.
Shouts out to Ja, because Ja was making hits. Everyone was loving Ja until 50 said not to love Ja. He brainwashed everybody. Because Ja had like a 4-year run of nothing but hits.
Nah, man, I used to be like real thin and shit, you know, and people used to tell me I look like Ja Rule. So, you know, I ran with him. Like, oh, yeah, nigga, I'm Ja Rule. I used to have a little bandana and shit. And
so shouts out to Ja, man. I think people remember the era when Ja had shit on lock. He had it in chokehold.
Yeah, man, but nah, then 50 smashed him. Then I didn't like Ja no more. And then people would tell me, hey, you look like 50 Cent. So, you know what I'm saying? That was the wave. I used to want to be like Nelly, man. There's a picture of me in the 8th grade with a Band-Aid under my eyes.
Yo, it was mad people that was inspired by Nelly. I used to see people in that junk. His wave was big too, man. And not for nothing, I've never seen an artist just come out in one album, 50 to Ja, and just knock a person down that's been out for 4 years and literally in just one album, just literally destroy somebody's entire existence. Yeah, that's hard to do. yeah. But you know. But shout out to Phil. I mean, obviously they had a lot of shit in the background that nobody knew about. They had ongoing beef for many, many years.
Yeah, no, I never really caught into the drama, man. I'm not a drama type person. You know, I really don't buy into it, man. I seen real drama in my life, so you know, buying into somebody else's drama wasn't my thing. It was more so, you know, imitating greatness in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were big artists. These were people that you should want to copy. You know, and that's kind of like my style. Like, you know, not so much that I'm copying people, but, you know, I'm emulating great people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it, but my interpretation of it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, like,
that's dope.
That's kind of what my brother was instilling in me at a young age. It was like, you know, don't copy him. Don't do what he's doing, even though I did.
But not really.
I took it and made it my own, you know? It made me my own person because, like, I never got swallowed up into no gangbanging shit, you know what I'm saying? I never got, even though I used to try to, man. I used to want to so bad, man, and I was following people and copying people and, you know, super influenced by these dudes. It was like moments where I would tap in and then tap out and then tap in and then tap out. So, you know, I think that that's the space where it came from with music, and that's why my style is like that.
That's dope. And you can see in your style and who you are, you can see those influences behind you. Yeah. You seeing the bigger picture. You seeing what real success looks like, and that's that's where you chasing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see bigger. You can show how the way you move. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I tell everybody all the time on there, just being nice MC is not even close to enough anymore.
No, it's not.
That's literally the root, the dirt right there. Yeah. You know, you can have rich soil depending on how nice you really are, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta build for there. So man. You gotta be really willing to put in the real work for this on all ends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had a thought the other day about paying dues, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that make it, that are successful in anything, have paid their dues, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a monetary, you know, thing, you know what I'm saying? It's time, you know what I'm saying? It's lessons that you've learned in the process. And so, you know, when you talk about paying your dues, or you're talking about the 10,000 shot theory, you know, you're earning it, bro. And a lot of the times, you know, people just want things that they haven't earned, you know what I'm saying? And even myself, bro, like going back to when we first did the podcast here, if I had got the things that I wanted then that I'm getting now, I would have dropped the opportunity because I hadn't had no adversity, you know, I had overcame nothing. There was no struggle in there to make me appreciate what I would have had, or, you know, there was people around me that would have benefited off of it that, you know, that I'm no longer in contact with. So, you know what I'm saying, my opportunity would have, you know, vanished, man. When I first started even thinking of doing anything after Nipsey Hussle passed away, I had bought into a clothing business from some people that are in San Diego, and to piggyback off their, you know, success and create my own success. And I came to the project with $2,500. But once the money was spent and in the process, you know, they just wanted to cash out, and I was asking for help. But when I didn't get the help, you know, then I started to notice, like, oh man, it's all money. I'm gonna have to figure this shit out by myself. And then as I figured it out by myself, that's when I started realizing, like, oh, that's what they mean by that. You know, when Nip said, I hope your opportunities survive the opportunists. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
That's the same. You know, you could apply that to really anything, bro. Like, you gotta go pay your dues, man. You gotta show up, you know. And I see some people around the city that's doing their thing for sure. And you know, if I had to even criticize my own self, you know, it would just be, you know, to continue to take advantage of the opportunities, to continue to show up, to continue to put my best foot forward. You know, don't let the negative encounters, you know, dictate, you know, how I move and do business, and don't let the positive encounters, you know, make me feel like I won the championship. You know, just keep a level head,
right?
Keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Until them houses is paid off through the music, though, but. You know, right now this is just a space that's keeping me creative, you know, keeping me alive, and allowing me to, you know, to kind of just relieve some stress and some pressure, you know. But it is an expensive hobby, man, or it is an expensive business, you know. I say a hobby because, you know, I'm barely starting to make money from it, so it's not, you know, it's not paying for itself, so it kind of is a hobby. But at the same time, you know, it's a business too, and like, put a lot of money into this business. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this business. And so, you know, I'm starting to see the benefits of staying consistent and, you know what I'm saying, putting my money where my mouth is and investing in myself and taking my own self serious. You know, like I said, I wasn't really impressed by my peers growing up in the music space. I was more impressed with people that made money from it. So that's what I wanted to copy. And in that space, I'm approaching my business like that, and that's allowing me to start to reap the rewards.
Well, shit, goddamn it, they couldn't find a better way to end a motherfucking conversation, man. It's real bars right there.
Yeah.
Yo, man, tell the people how to find you, Sham.
Man, I'm everywhere, Sham Blak, SHAM space BLAK. That's 8 letters, man. BLAK is no C, and BLAK is 8 letters because 8 is infinite. Ain't no corners in 8, man. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't cut no corners to get here, man. Hard work.
Hard work, man. If you ain't heard of this man, please continue to check on him, man. He's one of my favorite dudes, man. I feel blessed that you came and honored me and rocked with me again. Yo, you know what time it is, right? We have the conversation, and then our peoples do what they do, man. So we're going to be back in a couple seconds, man. Let Sham bless you with some of what Sham do. Spooky style.
Spooky!
MixxDrinks.
MixxDrinks. Who wants a drink? Who wants a drink? Who wants a bar? Who wants a beat?
Spooky!
This is MixxDrinks.
Yeah. I'm that nigga around the city now. Shout out my nigga Mischief. Shout out my nigga Yellowbone Production. Daygo, what's happening? MixxDrinks, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm that nigga around the city, baby.
City, baby.
Get your weight up. Yep. Online, you know we got a city crazy.
City crazy.
So get your cake up.
I'm that nigga around the city. Word around the city. Listen. Yeah. Look. Yo. I'm really a ghost, I'm paranormal, not of the norm. Big dog calamity, I'm the eye of the storm. Different and you get it or you don't on most occasions. The type of drop a bag just to brag about the hating. I'm never caught in the hype, I'm nothing without the light. Cause even in the darkness I shine bright. Man around the city, I'm working like it's a due date. Mischief and Sham Blak, hurry up, it ain't too late to throw your chips in. Know it's different, but you gon' like it. Every time I come around and get excited. With more than enough, they telling me grab my cup. If you know me, we going up till it overflow at the cup, just like them blessings do. Stack the rest and shoot. And when they come for they back end, next time around we raise the roof. If it ain't no money or no plays, it ain't the truth. City bound, I just pray that show you.
You know we got a city crazy.
City crazy. Get your, I'm that nigga around the city. Word around the city. Word around the city. Word around the city. Word around the city. Yeah. Spooky. Around the city, man. Be on the lookout for that shit right there, man. Coming soon. Sham Blak featuring Mischief. Produced by Yellowbone Production. Salute my nigga JY.
I don't never let you down, man. If you saying I'm letting you down, you're lying. Yo, Sham Blak, man. Doing what Sham Blak do, man. Continue to rock with us. Please follow him, man. Continue to follow music, new projects dropping for him, man. And you know us, Mixing Us is the movement. Everything mixed drinks, mixed company, mixed feelings. We are the movement. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a goddamn friend. Tell him again. Case. Sham Blak.
Spooky.
Ha.
Ah.
MixxDrinks. Who wants a drink? Who wants a drink? Who wants a bar? Who wants a beat? This is MixxDrinks.